Hello and welcome to Minecraft, and not just any Minecraft. This is the Salty Dog SMP server. This is a server that is hosted or run by FirstGenGamer, who is a friend of two friends of ours, Sebbi, who is half of Team Beer and Whiskey, and our other good friend, WeCanGame if we want to, or Paul, as he likes to be called, who does lately more IRL videos in a channel called Paul's Garage, and I will link that in the description. You should check that out. It's a really cool channel. But anyway, this is a new multiplayer server, as you can tell. It's been up for a little while. I think they started with when the 1.11 update, they changed over this server. Sorry, got some Discord messages going, but yeah, they changed over to a new map, and the FirstGenGamer, he said he was looking for some more people to join the server, and Paul suggested for me to join, and I figured why not. I kind of have an idea of actually making content on this server, so maybe I'll actually be somewhat active on it. I currently do stuff on the Farlanders Patreon server that I'm on, as you've seen from the prank videos. I do build on that, and I'm relatively active on there, but I don't really make content with it, and mostly because I don't know what to make. I'm not the best builder, and I feel like I don't know what to do to record. So my idea for this, for what to do on this server, is kind of an interesting idea in my head. I don't know how well it'll work out in practice. We'll kind of figure out in how the recordings go. But the idea is to not really have a home base. And what I mean by that is I want to build multiple small bases, which is what I am most comfortable doing, is building smaller builds, interesting shapes, not your typical kind of building setup. And I like doing big projects, but I usually get bogged down and don't want to do anything with them. So I tend to just kind of stop playing Minecraft altogether when I do big builds. So the idea is for me to build small bases, and I say plural there, of bases. And the reason I say that is I've always thought, this is kind of an idea I've had for a little while, of one of the first memories I have of Minecraft. I started playing in full release 1.25, so I got into Minecraft pretty late, and I had a buddy from college just tell me about it, and on a whim I bought the game and just started. Ooh, skeleton. I just tried figuring out what it was all about, and I built a wooden house, and I dug a moat around it with lava, and I made about 2.5 floors before I was like, oh, I'm out of wood. There's no trees around, so I'll go roaming around for wood. And I chopped down about 2 stacks of wood, and I remember that, like, so many of these details so vividly, because it was, I always have that kind of, when a game's brand new to you, it sticks in my head. But so I chopped down about 2 stacks of wood, which I thought was the most wood you could possibly have in the world at the time. And I went to go back to my house and soon realized I was hopelessly lost. And not knowing anything about the game, I didn't know what what the F3 screen was, so I just kind of roamed, and I spent what had to be 3 hours just walking around trying to find where I went and trying to find my house, and just never found it. And I just left it there, and then started building a new base and moving on. And then it wasn't until like maybe months later, playing the game, I built this elaborate rail system and was just expanding out and found my old building. Which at that time, by the time I found it, I was like, wow, this is a terrible building. Why was I ever trying to find it? But it kind of had that, I like that kind of feeling of, well, if you get turned around, you don't know where it is. I like the idea of, I have to kind of just either memorize the path or just I forget where I'm going, and I just lose it, and then I'll have to go searching and trying to find my own builds, and I feel like that'll be cool. And of course, to identify them as my builds, so people don't just find these buildings and wonder what they are, I will label them as my own. But I figured I should, oh, I'm gonna die here. Yeah, coming out and talking at nighttime was probably not the best idea. But I figure I'll put a sign on them identifying them as my own, but other than that, I won't keep F3 coordinates. I will do my best not to use F3 at all. The only F3 number I took was to of the spawn point, because there is a strict, or a limit on how far out we go to avoid generating too much new terrain for future updates, and I'm going to try my best to respect that while doing this rule. So I'm gonna have to be conscious of where I'm going and trying not to go past the 3000. But as long as I don't hit F3 by any, like, I will essentially, I'm only gonna be hitting F3 when I'm exploring, not when I'm by my build. So when I have the build, I won't know exactly where it is. So that's what I'm hoping for. Hopefully this will all work out, but I figured I'd give you a little introduction to the server and let you know kind of what my plans are. And if there's any people of the Salty Dog server that are watching this, thanks for letting me join, and I hope I get to know you guys better as time goes on, and maybe you'll enjoy my content. So with that, I think I'll stop recording now and go on a search for my first build location. So I will see you when I find that. Bye bye. Alright, here we are. I have found the place of my first abode. So, without further ado, switch modes. Yes, trees, in the middle of some trees. And you might be thinking, what? It's just trees. Why would you want to build here? Because awesome ravine. really cool ravine. So, as you can see, there's a bit of a clearing. The mesa where we last left off is back in that direction somewhere. I'm sure I will lose my sense of direction. That is going to be the beauty of, I think, of what this is going to keep me excited to keep playing, because I have a terrible sense of direction, so I will always forget where things are. I will get lost. It's not a question if it'll happen. I will get lost. So I think that's kind of going to be really good. I die a lot, so that's going to add to it. But I figured this will be a nice, good first spot. I feel like a probably good portion of them are going to be kind of enclosed to kind of add to that kind of secluded kind of feeling, overall kind of feeling I'm going for. Of, I don't want to just build it in the middle of a desert and then go, because then all I have to do is go look for a desert and, oh, it's right in the middle of a big building in the middle of the desert. I kind of want to make it next to some sort of cool terrain, so that way it's somewhat memorable, but I don't want it to be so obvious. I will make a few that are probably going to be a little bit obvious, but especially for the one that's going to be closest to spawn, which spawns a little, maybe like 300 blocks in that direction, maybe a little bit more. But I figure for my one closest to spawn, I'm going to want it to be kind of secluded and hidden away. And also, the interesting thing that I was kind of thinking about while I was talking with, as you can see, WeCanGame there, who is our friend Paul. When we were kind of talking back and forth, and I was thinking, while we were at Sebbi's house, because I went and stumbled across Sebbi's place. Well, I kind of knew where it was, but from watching his videos. But if someone on the server wants to kind of visit me, they'll have to kind of piece together from watching my videos or just stumble upon my builds and know where they're at to visit me. I think that'll be kind of neat. It's a little bit inconvenient if they want to give me a gift or something. I'll probably leave like a little area at Spawn Town for stuff like that, so that way they don't have to go searching out for days to find where my place is to give me a gift. I'll probably give them something convenient at spawn if I can figure somewhere out, because I plan on building like a spawn build, but I figure that'll be kind of a neat thing. I know Sebbi's a big explorer, so he'll probably enjoy trying to find my builds and visit them. So just another kind of, I think, thing that'll add to this, and hopefully it goes well, and hopefully this helps kind of keep my interest in it, because I noticed that I kind of lose interest relatively quick in Minecraft. I'll play it pretty substantially, like I'll play it very regularly for a period of time, and then I'll get kind of worn out, and then I don't go back and play for extended periods of time, and I kind of want to avoid that. I want to try to keep myself going and keep myself interested in playing, and I think this will help keep me interested a little bit. Of, I'm sure I'm going to lose a base, and that kind of thing, it drives me nuts. It'll eat at me, and it'll make me want to get on the server and find it. So hopefully this works. Hopefully everything goes to plan, and hopefully this makes some good, enjoyable content. And maybe I can also use this as a talking series about my life and what's going on, instead of trying to talk during dirt rally videos where I'm driving a rally car way too fast to be trying to tell a story and end up dying because of it. So this will probably be a better medium for that, because then I can be talking about a story and get blown up by a creeper and die in the process and then lose my house. So yeah, this is probably ended up being the same. But with that, I think there's the back of my head. With that, I think this little introductory video introducing you to the server and the new site of, or first site of my building plans, I think that'll be the end of it. I would like to thank you for watching, and we'll see how this experiment goes. Science!